What's up, YouTube? I wanted to. I already opened it, so it's not really an unboxing, but I wanted to bring it to you guys anyway because I'm extremely impressed. Um, I don't know how many of you on my list here of subscribers are familiar with Anthony from Honest Reviews, but I had the pleasure of doing business with Anthony. He makes these Tinder bracelets that I first saw, didn't realize it was him, but I first saw it on one of the videos that Chris from Four Directions Bushcraft did, and he had a couple of them. I guess it didn't work out or whatever. That's fine, but I'm thankful for being exposed to them, and it's fully adjustable, which is awesome. And he also makes these lanyards. Okay, now let me show you this fat wood. Okay, this is a nice premium hunk of fat wood. That's these are $10 each. The bracelets are 10. The lanyards are 10. Um, but I believe he works at a deal of 2 for 15. I'm not entirely sure if that's the case or not. But I just wanted to say thank you to him for those wonderful items, man. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Um, he actually even, trusting guy. He actually even sent them out to me before I made my payment, which was awesome. Um, don't everybody expect that, but I think it just, may have been a miscommunication as far as when. I forget, but that's how I'm interpreting the situation here. I also had a thought here. Um, you know, I was thinking about, survival situations and emergency situations, okay? It's always good to hone your skills, okay? Your knife skills, your survival skills, have all the gear that you could ever need. But then it hit me, okay? If I go into the bush with my pack, okay, and I have everything that I need in that pack to survive, at that point, is it really surviving or is that thriving? Okay, because if in my kit, 10 different ways to start a fire. Okay, I'm going to carry some water with me. I'm going to have ways to filter my water. I'm going to have a shelter. Um, I'm going to have the 5 C's without a doubt. Okay. Now, with that being said, um, if I have everything in my pack, I'm going to be able to effectively gather food. Okay. I'm going to be able to effectively filter water. And I'm going to be able to effectively keep myself warm. Is that really a survival situation? Or are you just practicing at that point? Because I think when it's about surviving is when you have nothing, you know, literally nothing. If you're on a canoe trip and you have your everything you need in your little watertight pack, and that canoe goes over and you lose that pack, and you get washed up to shore in an area that you're not familiar with, and you have to hike God only knows how many miles out of there, you know, you need to be, or at least what I'm thinking of is you need to be aware of how to read your environment, so to speak. For instance, if it's a colder area, you're obviously once you hit that water, you're going to need to start a fire and get those wet clothes off of you immediately. That's the first order of business. The second order of business, if it's fresh water, fine, but how are you going to purify that water, or do you risk drinking it? Normally, faster moving water tends to be a bit safer, perhaps depending on what's upstream. However, it's also important to be able to read your landscape, okay, to know where to dig to find water as well. Um, so the reason I'm bringing that up is because I want to educate myself. I just realized, if what if you have nothing? You could have all the kick ass gear that you could have, but that's thriving. If you have everything that you need, you're going to be comfortable. At least I feel I would be. I mean, it's not like going to the grocery store and grabbing a steak or anything, but if I have everything I need in that pack, it's going to be a lot better than if I have nothing. And that's what truly, to me anyway, survival is making something out of nothing. So at this point, when I have time and I'm not bogged down with work, I really want to, you know, hone my awareness, you know, study up on how to read the land, how to find fresh water in an area that you would never know that there's fresh water there. Um, Natural cordage, how to make natural cordage, you know. There's 1.5 million YouTube tutorials on how to do any of this stuff, I'm sure. But I think that's kind of like the most important thing. Yeah. So that being said, um, your pack could dump over in that canoe or whatever the case is that you would lose all your gear. But the one thing that you will always have with you, whether you realize it or not, is the Lord. So, in a lot of cases, that's all you need. A lot of people, they get in their heads, with this worldly wisdom, so to speak, and they don't realize that, with men, there are things that are impossible, but with God, all things are possible. So I encourage you guys to not just learn to do things outside your gear, but realize that there's something inside you that is far more reliable than any of us can really wrap our minds around. Um, yeah, so this is just a quick one. Well, turns into not so quick, but that's okay. It's always nice talking to you guys. I appreciate all your support. Um, be well and God bless, guys. Thomas from 116 Survival, out. Be well and God bless. Thank you.